Welcome aboard to podcast 15 in the series of the Voyage to back Yonder. In this episode, I'd like to share a conversation I had with my Madre this past Sunday, because it's something that we all feel and experience in our lifetime. We were on the subject of relationships and what they teach us, and I shared how I had a big life realization while I was reading the book The Path to Love by Deepak Chopra. And within one of the chapters, it asked a question of, what is it that you search for in a partner? Now, whenever a book asks a question, it's best not to read ahead to see why it's asking you, because you'll get a more accurate answer if you're being true to yourself and answering the question honestly. But if the fear ego knows why the question is being asked, it will mask the answer with a mirage of facts that support its view of life and our situation. So be forewarned that you can also become part of the book throwing club when the fear ego discovers we've been lured into a trap of truth. So I shared with my mom that my answer to this question of what do I look for in a partner was respect. I had noticed, pattern of disrespect in my relationships. Having been cheated on in a few of my relationships and being treated poorly by some of the other faithful ones with how they talk to me or at me or down to me. And also having thoughts that I was being used for my financial abilities at the time as well. And my mom, and I'm sure all of us, can agree that we've felt this way at some point in our lives. Well, if not, get ready. Then I shared the next part of that section of this well-thrown book. It stated, what you search for in others is what you are seeking to find in yourself. And that is when the book went flying. I felt betrayed for a moment. Here the book was getting personal with me, and I thought it was going to support my plea for revenge and karma being played out on the other person. But no, it slapped me upside my head instead. But when I stated that what the book was saying was that I needed to find respect for myself, I could see that it also had the same impact on my mamacita. But as I clarified that it was indeed true that even though I thought I had respect for myself, that I hadn't. I would continually lose myself in my relationships, giving up what I wanted for what I thought the other person wanted and needed. And I did this out of fear of not being chosen. We have this belief that if we don't give someone what they need, they will find it from someone else and dispose of us. So we were not respecting ourselves. What I was searching for in others was indeed what I was seeking to find for myself, and really everyone. What an eye-opener. And that is such a big part of all our journeys here, to compare what it feels like seeking our fulfillment from the outside and then turning to find it on the inside. We experience what disappointment comes when we're seeking our worth and love from external sources and turn to the only stable place for love and definition of ourselves on the inside. Because truly, we will never give anyone what they need to feel lovable and acceptable, because they can only find that from the inside. When we look outside of us, we feel out of control. When we return to the inside, we feel calm and secure. Because in that place, it doesn't matter what is happening on the outside anymore. We get to decide what everything means to us. We begin to see that there are no mistakes. We come here to experience the opposite of who we are. being unconditionally loving creatures, we wanted to feel the ping of fear, the lowness and lessness of feeling worth less. We signed up for all these amazing emotional rides here on this planet. It's a large theme park of fear, filled with anger and depression and sadness and loneliness and pain and hurt and betrayal. Yum! So many delicious emotions. So when we come here for all of that, knowing it's all a dream, a play, a game, and that we are still who we really are when the game ends, none of these experiences are a mistake. They're actually perfectly meeting our intention of coming here. In this conversation with my mom, I was kind of given this vision in my head of a beautiful butterfly calmly flying in the sky. We are that beautiful spiritual butterfly. We see the world from up above, and the viewpoint is different. We don't see the details from up above that we can see when we are walking on the earth. So the butterfly lays an egg, and a caterpillar is born. This caterpillar form of ourselves crawls along the floor of the forest, experiencing what it might feel like to be hungry, fearing there won't be enough food to survive, and endlessly eating. It also experiences the fear of being eaten by another creature, as there's danger all around. But at one point, the caterpillar begins to build a cocoon. And once it is inside that self-made fortress, it begins a transformation, a breaking down of its current bodily state. It almost becomes liquid as it transitions into what it once was, a beautiful butterfly able to soar in the skies. Its struggle of breaking free from the cocoon is what builds the muscles in its wings that provide the ability to fly. The uncomfortable emotions and struggles of our life are what build our strength and make us able to float higher and higher and higher. As we leave the port on our voyage to back yonder, we get to reflect upon our lives and see the memories of things we felt as we see them through new eyes, which are the old eyes of our higher, unconditionally loving self. I have no regrets when I'm awake and remembering who I really am. And I'm overwhelmed with regret and imperfection when I'm in the mindset of my fear ego. When I remember that I ordered each and every experience that I'm having here, then I feel less out of control and less like the world or God has it out for me. I see the lessons learned about myself. I see the contrast between conditional and unconditional. I wake up and am grateful for every second of this life experience. And within all this activity, I realize that at the center of all this storm is an I, a place I can go to where there is peace and unconditional love. I am the eye of my storm. And I can be selfish, or let's call it self-respectful. I get to return to myself and be a beautiful butterfly when I'm ready. Until next time, think about that question. What do you look for in a partner? What do you look for in a friend? What do you look for in a parent or sibling? Take a look at what you are expecting to find outside of you in that external world. Then you can sit quietly and breathe. Look at how that is showing you about what you are trying to find in yourself. And then know that you will find everything you could possibly need right inside your own heart. Self-respect, yo. Enjoy your voyage. I love you.